across the hills of Caroline. I feel something in the air, a new song is on my mind. The sweet melody I hear was sent from heaven above. The song that I'm singing is of everlasting love. Oh, it's a new day for living life, a new day to get it right. Open the windows of your heart and let His love give you life.
Welcome to Cooking with Miss O. Let's join Mary Beth Oxendine in the kitchen as she teaches you how to cook Southern style.
Welcome to Cooking with Miss O. I have two guests here with me today. Both of them have been on with me before. I have Molly, and then I have Gus Arundel with Springer Mountain Chickens. And Molly, what school do you go to?
Easton Elementary.
And who's your teacher?
Miss Beasley.
And we're going to say hey to who? Miss Beasley, aren't we? Because she's a friend of mine too. Hey, Miss Beasley, you want to wave at her? That's right. She's here to help us cook. Mr. Gus is my sponsor, and I already, before we ever even had him or I ever met him or knew who he was, I have used this chicken for a long time, and all of you that have been watching know the reason I do use it. Because of the lack of chemicals in it, it's the cleanest chicken that I have ever cooked with. What I love about this, especially now as a widow, is Springer Mountain has these individually wrapped chicken breasts. And then I can just, if the kids aren't home and I'm eating by myself, I can just pull one of those out and everything else doesn't spoil and it's not all stuck together. So it makes life so much easier. The other thing I want to tell you too is we are doing a recipe that two of our people here at the station had told me about 2 weeks ago. And when I first heard about it, I didn't think it sounded too appetizing, but it turns out it's an old recipe from the South, and it's called Waffles and Chicken. Now I'm doing a healthier version of the one that's being sold in the restaurants around here. I think Atlanta has 2 restaurants that serve it, and then there's one in Charlotte, New York does it, California does it, and it's Fred and Tobe who got me to do it. And so Gus wanted to come on with us while we do this, and this is my first time doing this. What we have done right now is we've done whole wheat flour with the fresh pecans ground up. I do it in my little machine that grinds this. You can pick up one of those at Walmart. Here's what my whole wheat flour looks like, and then I use these 2 spices in it right here. This recipe will be on the website. We have got buttermilk here, and we've got egg here, and these are the chicken breasts.
Non-fat buttermilk.
Yes, it is. And Gus and I are both wondering how you can have non-fat buttermilk,
That's
right?
That's right.
And Gus, while I'm doing this, would you tell us the history? You looked it up, didn't
I
you?
did. I was real interested in chicken and waffles. It sounded unusual to me too, so I did a little research, and it turns out that it's soul food is what it is, which I really like too from the South. And the little blurb here, it says, the best known chicken and waffle pairing comes from the American soul food tradition and uses fried chicken. The waffle is served much as it would be at breakfast time with condiments like butter and syrup. This unusual combination of foods is beloved by many people who are influenced by traditions of soul food passed down from past generations of their families.
Isn't that wonderful?
Sure is.
And instead of frying it, of course, I'm doing a baked recipe. It's a recipe I've gotten, and I've changed it by adding the whole wheat flour, cutting down on the butter. I cut the butter in the recipe in half, and I'm using some different things in it. And I'm also using the boneless breasts. And I think with most of the waffles and chicken, it's boneless thighs that they use with it. And I have heard they've used wings.
And then there is the Dutch version right here. To get Pennsylvania Dutch version, they use shredded chicken on top of it, and then put gravy on top of the chicken in the waffle.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Wow. But
I don't think that'd be quite as healthy.
I don't know. Well, if you use whole wheat flour, the gravy would be great.
Yes.
So it'd be okay. What I wanted to tell you too, they pour maple syrup over it. So we've got our organic maple syrup. We're going to make the waffles here in a minute, but I'm going to show you how I do this. Look, Molly, we just do this, and I'm gonna, that's too hot to move. I'm gonna move this a little closer here. We just put the chicken in here. It's been sitting in the refrigerator for a while, and I'm just gonna cover it like that. And it sticks real good to it when you let it soak. If you're gonna do this for dinner or something, I'd at least leave it in this for about 20 minutes. Keep it in the refrigerator while you do that. I buy these little plastic things at Ingles, and it's wonderful. And it's the Ingles brand too. So I had never used anything like this before, but it's easy for cleanup, but it's easy for storing it when you're doing that. Here we go. Then we set it in the butter, turn it over in the butter, and then we bake it. So we're doing baked instead of fried, oven baked, so it'll be a little bit healthier for you. When my husband was alive, I cooked his birthday dinner, his Father's Day dinner, and our Valentine dinner. That was always my gift to him. And being an economist, that was great for him too. So, because then he didn't have to take me at a restaurant that was all crowded. So I was always looking for new recipes. So, and I thought the pecan baked one would be more appealing to women too, than doing this. Now, the first time I heard it, they said fried chicken, and they said, and I thought, how do you eat that with the bone and stuff in it? But then I have found out that it is boneless. Here we go. And then we just turn that over in that butter. And we do that.
Looks good, Mary Beth.
It does, doesn't it?
It does.
And with pecans, I feel like I could eat that with maple syrup, you know? Now, I did hear Tobe, I think, said that one place he went, and he wanted me to try that, was red velvet waffles. But you have to put so much food coloring in that. I told him I couldn't do that on this show because that wouldn't be healthy, especially for kids with all the dye in it. But this is just a regular baked pecan Southern recipe in a Southern recipe book, and I've just modified it some. Oh, I already did that here. I shouldn't have done that. I tried it like that before. There we go.
It's gonna be fine.
There we go. So now we're just gonna bake that. We're gonna take a commercial break right now, and we'll be right back. Thank you. Welcome back, y'all. Now we're going to make the waffles. Molly and Gus, I already had the fresh ground whole wheat flour. Y'all saw me grind it before. We don't do that on the show so much because it is so loud. Molly, I'm going to pour this in, and then, well, first of all, before we do that, would you pour in my sea salt, please? Thank you. And my baking powder, please. And y'all, this recipe's in my cookbook in the breakfast menus. So all you have to do is turn to that. You want to whisk that for me? Okay, there you go. And why don't you take this right over here and let Mr. Gus pour the milk in for you.
Okay.
Mr. Gus, would you do that for me, please? Thank you. All right.
All righty. Ready, Molly? Stir that up for us.
There you go. And if y'all will pour both of those in, and I'll get the vanilla flavoring ready for us. Now, I always buy my maple syrup at Ingles, and this is the brand I get, the organic. The reason I get the organic, because they use formaldehyde when they're doing all the other syrups that aren't organic. So my daughter is allergic to formaldehyde. A lot of people actually are and don't even realize it. So I always get that. If your kids have stomach aches when they have syrup on anything, then that's a sure sign that they can't tolerate that or digest it. So just change to an organic, and Ingles is the main place that I can find that at. Otherwise, I used to have to order that from Wisconsin and Canada in gallon jugs. Okay, dump the oil in, please. Okay. And now we're going to do the vanilla flavoring. Now, I do my organic vanilla flavoring. I get that at Ingles, and it's simply organic. And I've always told y'all, I usually keep, since these bottles are smaller, I usually keep 2 on hand, so I don't ever run out.
Smells good.
It does, doesn't it? Here we go. Now, okay, And Molly, you want to get it off the sides there for me, please? Thank you, sweetheart. And you can even stir a little harder if you'd like. Now this is how you can tell, Molly. Look here and see if you have dry ingredients there. You want to let Mr. Gus stir a little bit too? Okay. There we go. Thank you.
Thanks.
And I am going to find us a ladle so that we can put this in here. Now your batter will always be a little bit lumpy. That's normal for pancakes and for waffles. You don't want to take it all out. Now, Gus, do you see, and Molly, see these little bubbles that are coming up in it? This is because this is a live food. This flour is live, so it bubbles up like that. So see, and when you have flour that doesn't bubble up, you know it's dead. Within 72 hours after I grind this, there's no more nutrition, but at this point, there's enough, it has all the enzymes, vitamins, minerals, and protein that the human body needs for 72 hours. It slowly starts to lose it up. So I always grind right before we eat it, cook it. That looks good, Gus. Can we go ahead? Do you want to bring that over here? Molly, you want to help us too? How about if I help you too? What we're going to do is put this in here, and this is how I do it, and then you can do the next one. Okay?
Oh, I could make a big mess with that.
It's all right. It's cleanable.
Okay.
You can clean anything up. So, here we go.
And I really like this waffle maker.
I do too.
Very
Now, this
nice
is Marie
waffle.
Pritchard's waffle maker. Isn't this great? I wore out another one. I've worn out about 5 waffle makers. Now, we're just going to put this down. I hope I do this right. And I've never seen this before, but you turn it. I'm not really quite sure why, but we're going to find out in a minute, okay? Now, what we're going to do, y'all, and let me get my plates here. Yes, let me, Marie, just come on and bring me the plates. It's okay. Now, y'all know we're just regular folks here. And here, we're going to put this right here. What we're going to do is we already have our chicken done here. We're going to turn it over. So stick it a little bit, and we're going to put it on here. And then when we get the waffle, we're going to put the waffle on top of it. And then we're going to put some maple syrup on it right here. Now, I use olive oil in my waffles like I do everything else. I buy Bertolli's, and I get that also at Ingles. The lighter for Southerners who aren't used to olive oil and it's hard for them to change, this has no smell and no real taste. Where the darker ones, of course, the further you go up to the darker, the healthier it is. But just to get people to eat olive oil, this is great. My family, I had darker because part of my family was from Europe, my grandmother. But my family, when I changed them over to it, they couldn't handle that, so I went to this lighter one. But that's just as healthy. It just gets you off the bad oils and the bad fats.
Yes.
You know. Now,
It's cooking.
it is, isn't it? Now I need to ask Marie Pritchard, how do I know when it's ready? The light will light up. Okay. This light here, Molly, you want to be
The light comes on and says ready.
That's right. I guess that's right. You want to watch that for me, Molly? See? It's starting to spill over. I probably put a little bit too much in there, didn't I? And we'll take one of those forks and put that waffle on here. And I think what we'll do, I think we will put the waffle here and cut it in half. Now, when I make a batch like this, which is a regular batch, and I do waffles, then I just go ahead and finish up the batch no matter how much we've eaten, and I can put it in the freezer bag, stick it in the freezer, and all you have to do is take it down and pop it in a toaster. And then you've got a healthy waffle.
Great.
Isn't that wonderful? And you can put, Molly, you can put peanut butter on. Do organic peanut butter?
Make the waffle, take it out, freeze it,
Uh-huh.
just as it, and then put it in the toaster. And when it comes back out, it's not frozen in the middle.
No, it's wonderful.
All right.
Is that a light that just came on? It sounded like it, didn't it? Yeah, let's try it. It smells like it needs to be. I wonder which way we go now. I think we go. Nope. Is that a green light? I think it is. Let's go ahead. Ooh, that's about. What do you think, Molly? Here we go. That is beautiful. Now mine didn't make one this pretty. I'm gonna have to find out.
That is a great
That's a gorgeous
looking waffle
one.
there,
It
Mary
is.
Beth.
It really is, isn't it? Now, we are going to cut this so we don't have such a big piece. Let me have that knife over there, please, Gus. Are y'all ready to try this? What I'll do is, now they said that you put the chicken on the bottom, and your picture, though, showed it beside it, didn't it?
It did show it beside it.
Yes. And we'll put that right on top there. And then, Gus, would you like to just try just a waffle
Yes,
toast to see? Come
I
here,
would.
Molly. You want to try
Now,
too?
and this is a wheat,
Whole wheat.
whole wheat
Fresh
flour
ground.
waffle.
You watch me grind it.
Yes, I did.
So you know it's not been 72 hours.
No.
When you buy your whole wheat in the bag in the store, then it's already dead because you know it took longer than 72 hours to get in the bag into the
Yes.
store. So it's a heavier wheat. This is hot. Now let me do you too, Molly. So,
Molly,
Huh?
you want me to wait?
you don't want to try it? You don't go try it? Okay. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so you don't want me to wait? Good, because I don't think I was going to.
Okay. Go ahead.
Great.
Is it light?
Very light.
And that's what people are shocked at, how light it is when you cook it like this. But that's why it's
Oh.
still alive, see?
That is really good.
It's good too when you have your kids and you need something, you want to pop one of these out of the freezer. I use organic peanut butter, and you can put peanut butter on it.
And
it's,
and that's excellent without the sugar, doesn't it?
Oh, I have no sugar in
That's
this.
what I mean. Well,
No.
I mean, but no syrup is what I mean.
Yeah,
no
it
syrup.
is,
No, I
isn't
mean
it?
it's just
Yeah.
it just tastes really, really
sometimes
good.
when I'm going somewhere and I have extra waffles, I'll put them in a little bag and I need a snack to just give me some protein. I just take a square of that and I take it with me with some water and it gives me the protein I need for a snack.
Excellent. It's an
So,
excellent waffle.
What you can do with these waffles is pecan waffles. You can just, when you put the batter in, you
Yes.
sprinkle some pecans like this right here, what I've already ground up on top. Why don't we do one like that? Okay.
Well, I'm ready to try a piece of chicken with.
Are you ready?
with
Are
the
y'all
waffle.
ready? Okay. Here we go.
If that's
You
all
ready to
right.
try that? Okay. Yes, it's okay. This is Family Farms organic maple, y'all. Let's just put a little bit on here. Here we go. Now, let's cut that. We have that knife again. Here we go, y'all. Now, Tobe and Fred, if this is good, I'm going to thank you. I'm a little bit nervous here. Oh, the chicken's very tender. And this is Mary Beth's version of waffles and chicken. Why don't you
Great.
take that right there?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Molly.
You ready,
No,
Molly?
you ready, Molly?
I'll
Try.
cut you a small piece, okay, Molly? Okay.
Mmm.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Molly. You like chicken, don't you? You like pecans, don't you?
No, I don't like pecans.
You don't like pecans? Well, then there's none in that, so you can try that. You want to try that? Okay. Is that good?
Very
Real
good.
huh? Okay. Let's see. I need to try this, and I need another fork here. Let me have that knife here. Gus, you want to try it some more? Y'all,
I'm good, thank you,
I'm
but
really
it's very-
surprised
very,
at this
very
because I have
delicious.
never done this, y'all. And the chicken is super tender.
Yes, it is.
And how does the flavors mix? Do you like the pecan?
I like the pecan flavor. It enhances the waffle. It
and
does.
it's not greasy.
Not
is it?
not greasy
Not at all.
whatsoever.
I need to find me
Very
a little
good.
fork so I can try this too.
Now,
see if
I
we got
mean, I know why they have chicken and waffle restaurants
And I don't.
as a signature dish. That's
While y'all talk,
really
Molly,
good.
and y'all, I'm gonna find me a fork. Here. We got
Molly,
that
did you
fork here.
say hello to your grandparents? You did? Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try this and see how this is.
Molly's mother is in the studio with us today also. She's
Oh my
been-
gosh, Tobe.
Set Springer
Fred.
Mountain Farms chicken.
It is. That's fabulous, y'all. I was nervous about trying this because I just couldn't imagine chicken and waffles.
It's very,
It's
very good.
delicious.
Surprisingly good.
And the chicken's not dried out by baking it.
No, not at all.
It has great flavor.
No, in fact, I really do believe, Mary Beth, I like that better with the pecan crust than I would if it was fried. The fried, to me, with the syrup would be a little greasy.
That's what I thought, kind
Yes.
of. But it has the salty, sweet taste
Yes,
that they
but-
go for with
yes,
this.
but no, it's good. It's not greasy at all. It's very light. The waffle is excellent. The chicken is good.
Yes,
I mean,
the chicken is excellent.
I
And
say home run sandwich.
I think you're right.
I do.
I think you're right. We're going to go to a commercial break. Thank you. Okay, Fred couldn't come on because he's running the machine so that we can continue this show. But we've got Dante on here, and I know everybody loves Dante from his Saturday night show. And here is Tobe, who told me that I needed to do this. Tobe,
That's
you
right.
ready to try this?
I'm ready.
Okay, good. Dante, you ready to try this?
I am.
Dante, have you tried it before? No, Tobe has tried.
Oh yeah.
You've had chicken and waffles
I have.
too?
Yep.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
waffles and chicken both ways.
All right. Where at?
Oh, I've made them before.
You've made it before?
Uh-huh.
Well, then I want you to know how good Springer Mountain is. If you didn't make it with Springer Mountain, you'll have to make it with it next time.
Well, all my wife buys is Springer Mountain
Oh,
chicken.
right. Really?
That's true, yeah.
Good. Y'all listen to me then.
That's
Ah,
right.
Good. Tell her thank you.
I will.
Okay, here you go.
All right, let's see.
How did I do, Tobe?
Excellent.
Really? Do you like the pecans with
I
it?
do.
Do you like it?
That is good.
So is it a...
Wow, yeah.
Really?
That's really good. Yes, ma'am.
All right, what do I get, boys?
That's right. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I am so glad you told me. I have really been nervous about this. I maybe slept 5 hours last night and was praying about this because I thought I cannot eat this, much less cook this. So I think y'all need to wait for the light, boys. I think they're a little hungry, y'all here. So this is a big hit. I would recommend you doing it for Father's Day. This would be a great meal.
yeah, it would
Save
be.
him
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
Have him at home. Have everybody wait on him and love him to death for working so hard for you all year. I'm telling you, ladies, by the time your birthday rolls around, he'll be so proud of you for doing this. This is an excellent recipe. And I've got people lining up here in the studio getting ready to try it as soon as we close out here. We have a fun time here. It's a wonderful studio. They've been really good to me. I so love Springer Mountain. They have been so good to us. And Molly, have you had fun here today? What do you think? Are you going to be a TV star one day? Oh, okay. Are you coming back on my show again? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Look at
Now
that.
that's plating, Mary Beth.
That's,
It's all about presentation.
that's right. You're a great cook. Dante, I need you in the back sometimes with me,
I'll be
okay?
here.
Good. Do you want chicken on it?
I do.
You want syrup on it?
I do.
Yes, sir. Here we go. I almost dropped that, boys.
Bye-bye.
Say
Thank
bye.
you so much. Have a blessed day. Thank you for watching us. Bye-bye.
Say bye, Molly.
Say bye.